It's a little bit of deja vu, but actually it's going to happen this time, which is nice. A few years ago, I think it was 2023, I think it was, we talked about IndyCar getting their own game. It it didn't happen. It didn't really work out. Did see some screenshots of it, but and I think there was like a tiny trailer, but nothing else. However, coming in 2026, iRacing Studios, as we will now call them, this one kind of big game development studio with multiple studios in the iRacing studios, if that makes sense. So you will hear me often talk about specific teams within iRacing, but we're going to overall call them iRacing Studios from now on. They are making an IndyCar game, and you don't have to wait that long by the looks of it, because the IndyCar series is saying that iRacing Studios is bringing the official IndyCar game to PlayStation, Xbox, and to Steam in 2026, which is not that far away, guys. We are in approaching September of 2025. So this means that the IndyCar game could be around 1 year away, which is quite insane when you think about it. It's give or take somewhere around there, featuring the IndyCar series and the Indy NXT by Firestone series. That game will be coming next year. So massive news for IndyCar fans. Now, how will this work? Because when I first saw this, I was like, oh, that's interesting, because you have World of Outlaws, you have NASCAR, you have now iRacing. So how is that going to work? And so there's a little bit more information on it that we can share. And it comes from Adam Stern, who, this was the first tweet I saw about this, so this is kind of what broke the news for me. And he says that IndyCar and iRacing have struck a deal to make an official video game that they will be released in the second half of next year, solving the issue that's been bedeviling. Here goes my English problems. Unfortunately, I'm not the smartest individual. Since 2004, iRacing. Now, this is the important part. iRacing says the game will be built from the ground up with its Orientes engine. Now, if you probably don't know what that is, I played a game that was from iRacing about a year ago, probably, and it is called Exocross. Now, if you remember this game, I played it, made a video on it. It was kind of like an off-road kind of game, but there's also some different levels. Very interesting game, very unique, and it came from the developers Orientes Games. Now, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, by the way. I do apologize. But they are making, also, it looks like they're currently working on a game, engine and game developer currently working on the off-road racing game Drag, which this is Exocross. So they turned it into Exocross. And yeah, we played this game on the channel. Very unique. This track, right? What was it? This track? Is it this track? Where is it? It is this track. This track gave me nightmares because I found it very difficult. But off-road racing game with these kind of futuristic cars. This developer was bought by iRacing Studios and put under the iRacing Studios umbrella, which is where that engine comes from. So the makers of Exocross are the ones that are really fully focusing here on the IndyCar game. However, it's not just them. And that's the cool thing about iRacing Studios nowadays, is that they will be making the game and it will be on that engine. So it's not the way it sounds like. It says they're building the game from the ground up with its Orientes. I need to know how to pronounce that. That engine, that's not the same engine that NASCAR 25 is using. So it's going to feel different, right? So it's going to be a game from iRacing Studios, but it's going to feel different from NASCAR 25, which in what Motorsport Games was doing with their version of the IndyCar game, I think it was very similar. They just pulled code from R Factor 2 basically and added some features and turned it into IndyCar, and that's basically what they were doing. And so yeah, that's kind of what they were doing here. But we'll see. So this is the excerpt from IndyCar, and they talk about how, as part of the agreement, iRacing Studios will bring the game to the second half of 2026, and everyone is very excited about it, and it will offer all that great excitement. And the game is going to, right here, there's actually information right here. The game will feature a robust multi-level career mode, so they're going to focus on career just like they are with the NASCAR console games. Licensed drivers from the IndyCar series and the NXT series, and online multiplayer. So again, very similar to what we see in NASCAR 25. Also similar to World of Outlaws, both licensed games, everything like that. The new product will be built from the ground up with a dedicated development team and creating the game on iRacing Studios proprietary and enhanced Orientis engine. So that is, again, the engine that Exocross was using, not the engine that NASCAR 25 is using. So it will be two different games. It will feel a little bit different. Now, the benefit of this, and let me just see if it says it in the article, and it does not. But there was some more information on X, on Twitter, and basically the game is going to be able to use those iRacing assets. So think about Indianapolis Motor Speedway, think about St. Pete, think about wherever else IndyCar goes, right? Let's go to their schedule, right? Let's pull up the 2025 schedule, and we can think of all these tracks. So we're gonna have a lot of these tracks. So you're gonna have let's go full schedule. All right, so we have St. Pete, obviously. And you can see Long Beach and a bunch of a lot of road courses that you're going to see. There's Indy, Cincinnati, there you go, Detroit, all these tracks, right? With the game being officially licensed, you're going to see these types of tracks. And those tracks are going to, got to get where I'm coming from, right? If everything goes to plan, it's going to be from iRacing. What was I so excited about? And it still am about NASCAR 25. I'm excited about the car models, the physics, the tracks. Well, not really. The physics are, from the developers, but the tracks coming from iRacing, those scans tracks. iRacing is going to have to get some work on because, there's a lot of official tracks that I don't want to get into this, but they're going to be able to use those assets from iRacing and then use the game development from the Orienta studio and kind of merge the two together into making an IndyCar game. So I think IndyCar fans should be very excited. There's just little deeper details. We're going to be talking about iRacing when they make these games, and it looks like they're going really all in on becoming the number one motorsports console video game makers. That's why they've created iRacing Studios, and they have multiple teams under that group in order to make multiple games. They now have World of Outlaws. They have NASCAR, which we'll see what that is about in less than 2 months. They have now IndyCar with a release that is coming up rather quickly. This is not 2027. This is literally the second half of 2026. This is next year. It will come up very fast. I mean, when they got the NASCAR license, I think it was what, like 2 years, right? When did they get the NASCAR license? It was like late 23 or something. I don't really remember when it was. 24. Time goes by so fast. But it definitely was not 1 year. It was not like we have the license and we're going to release a game in 1 year. Like that's not what it was. So it's going to be very fascinating to see that, maybe they've known about this. Maybe, like, we don't know, because it seems like to be made in 1 year, that's very quick, to get everything right. So it must be in development and pretty far in development already for to be having or to be aiming for a release date of the second half of 2026. So IndyCar fans, be excited. I know you were excited for the IndyCar game that was supposed to come from Motorsport Games, and we did see that game. I mean, IndyCar Motorsport Games. Let me get it, because we did see screenshots from that game. It was a thing. This was coming 2023, so wow, a long time ago. This was a screenshot from the game. This is actually from my video, but that was a screenshot from the game where they were working on it. Again, another one, kind of screenshot there. Screenshot there. Is there more? I think it's this. This was another screenshot as well. So yeah, that game is no longer existing, but now we have the 2026 iRacing IndyCar game. So what do you guys think? I'm very excited for this because it just means, listen, I'm a video game fan, and IndyCar haven't had a game in 20 years. NASCAR have not had a game in 4 years, and also it's been a rocky relationship over the years with NASCAR and console gaming. iRacing are the best equipped to do this. I've been saying that, and now they're just loading up. They're loading up and trying to give racing fans what you guys honestly deserve. I mean, I think we can kind of all agree that racing games they don't hit like they used to. You know what I mean? Like, games take longer to make, and the graphically they're so advanced, and with all these things, licensing is obviously a big deal as well. Racing games specifically over all genres, not just, I'm not talking about like sanctioned series and motorsports. I'm talking, even let's say the Forza games and stuff like that. It took Gran Turismo, what, 8, 9, 10 years to make another Gran Turismo game? Like, it takes so long to make these games, and they don't really hit that itch that they used to. But I really do believe iRacing are putting in their full effort into getting you guys the games that everyone deserves. And IndyCar deserve a game. F1, they deserve a game. They're with EA, of course, right now. NASCAR, we deserve a game. And we're going to have that game in less than 2 months. So I'm very excited about this. I was very surprised, honestly, to see this news when I saw it this morning, but very, very excited to see it. And hopefully all you IndyCar fans are very excited. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think about the engine that the game is going to be on? If you want to get a feel for that engine, go play Exocross. I have played it before. I do have it in my Steam library. I could make another video on it again. It's, again, IndyCar. It's the same game engine, but they're going to obviously change it a lot and make it kind of work the way they want. You're going to have the tracks, of course, assets that iRacing is going to cooperate and work on, and they're going to release this game under the iRacing Studios, which means they're going to make sure it's polished, it's well done, it's released with good care, and we're going to see how it goes. I'm very, very excited for this. iRacing they're going hard, man. They are going very hard. So what do you think about all this? What do you think about this news? Are you very excited for it? Let me know in the comments down below. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Follow me on Twitter. If you haven't already subscribed for new. I was not expecting to make this video, but very, very excited. Remember, iRacing just got IndyCar on iRacing again. Remember, they lost the iRacing license to Motorsport Games. Motorsport Games then didn't make a game, and they were able to regain and go back to obviously doing the Indy 500 on iRacing and everything like that. So it's really good news overall for iRacing on their sim service and on the console side to be able to work on this. So let me know what you guys think. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.